This model kit review is of the 1957 Chevy Corvette Gasser model. This is a 1/25th scale model by AMT. It's got very, very nice box art here. And here are some features of the kit. And there's a side picture there, same picture there. Some details here about the car. And then some additional pictures here of the model. And let's have a look inside. So this kit has some drag wheels, very, very large rear wheels. This is all molded in. This vinyl here is going to need to be cleaned up. This is an old kit, as I said. We've got some front little wheels here with some details, but this will need some trimming up here, some mold lines. Then we have some glass here. Here is our front windshield. Not great. Like I said, this is an old kit, will need to be cleaned and polished. We've got some lights here, headlights, rear glass, and then I guess it's another option for the rear glass. We'll have to look to see what that's about. Over here we've got these are probably brake lights, and then we've got our chrome. So this is, as I said, a very old kit. The type of chrome they made, I don't really like the way that this is molded. You cut off this edge here and you're going to get a bare piece there. But that's fairly easy to fix. We've got some chrome wheels, we've got some parts for lights here, we've got our front grille. This is for our front windshield surround with windshield wipers molded in. You'll need to paint those black. And then some engine parts, lots of engine parts here made of chrome, and some bumper pieces as well. Now, as I said, this is an old molding, and you can tell because all of these parts don't have the protective sprues on them anymore, or they actually never molded them like that. Lots of flashing mold lines and so on, but that's actually a very nicely molded body, front and back there. So mold lines need to be sanded out, but I've got some recessed panel lines, some nice details there, very nice. And we've got our chassis. It's going to need some cleanup here, cut off the sprues there. Here is our floor pan for the interior with molded in seats, and then probably part of our front bumper or grille there. Now there is apparently an option if you wanted to mold it as a convertible or a hardtop. This is the hardtop version there. We've got a it looks like the hood there. No, I'm sorry. I don't know what that part is for. We'll have to look to see what that's for. It sure looks like a hood, but there's the hood molded in. Here we've got our dashboard, curved dashboard. Over here we've got our engine block with our transmission. Got our firewall here for the engine bay. And looks like probably a rear bumper with exhaust to get some shocks. Obviously, as I said, this is a very old kit. We've got terrible mold lines and flashing everywhere. But it is fixable. This looks like this might be part of maybe an exhaust system or a roll bar. I'll have to look to see what that's for. Over here we've got some more engine parts there. There's part of our rear axle, and some belts and pulleys and fan and so on. There's the fan shroud with the radiator. We've got two different steering wheels depending on which version you're going to build, and then a hinge here. So over here we've got the other part of the axle here with our leaf springs, The front suspension parts, some exhaust there, a bundle of snakes, and steering column there, or steering rack, and then our suspension parts there. There's our wheel hubs with the steering, so it'll be able to position. And here is the other top. This is not the hard top, this is probably the soft top for the convertible, and there's the other piece of glass that goes on there. And we'll have to look to see what that's for. Got some more engine parts, suspension parts there. Here are our wheels. And then lastly here is plain engine parts. The other parts were chrome. Here we've got our some exhaust parts, and looks like for the drag racing option here we've got those rear wheels. Little bottle there to put in. Now what's a little interesting about this model, it doesn't have a lot of decals. These are old decals but still usable. And you can subscribe to the blueprinter. Doesn't really say when this was printed, but it's pretty old. Okay, then we've got our instructions here. And some details there about the car. Shows you how to use these instructions. So let's have a look inside. Start with the wheels and tires. Start to put the engine together. And then the supercharger, if you do want to use that. And then final assembly of the supercharger there. And the option here is for fuel injection version. We put our front suspension parts together there. And then our rear suspension and axle there. We mount our engine. That's part of the subfloor. Is for the rear, and then headers and exhausts going on there. This is for the interior, and then we start to put the body together as well as putting our interior on there. Put our firewall on, and looking at the other side, putting our glass in there. Okay, yep, that is a roll bar there if you're going to have it as a drag racer with a parachute. Then you've got the two different tops. I'll remove a hard top or a soft top. Tail light lenses there. Putting on the front frame and fuel tank with the hinge. And the whole front hood will come off there. And then finally mounting it all onto the chassis. Some additional little details there for the bumpers and exhausts if you're doing the stock version, and then some final details there on the body. So all in all, that's a fun little model. Obviously this is an older kit. The molding quality is not that great as these molds are really old, but that'll be a fun little model to build.